What's up, everybody? Welcome to Dat Wrasslin podcast. Sheepshifter here with Soulamazin, Benjamin Rivers. Unfortunately, Street has gone AWOL, nowhere to be seen, but I do have inside information. He has chlamydia, and he's currently getting a penicillin shot. Don't worry, guys. Chlamydia is very tame as far as STD goes. It's like at the bottom of the ladder, but still, he's got to get that taken care of. You got to look after yourself. Personal maintenance is a must here at Dat Wrasslin podcast. What's up, guys?
Best wishes to Streetkilln, and hope you recover soon.
Obviously, prayers going out to your boy Streetkilln. The clap's pretty bad.
One like equals
it's not,
one prayer for Streetkilln.
It's bad enough, That's the one where you got cheese coming out, so fun stuff. All right, so let's jump right into it. We're gonna start things off. Last week we told Ben to do his homework. And to go through and let me finish. To go through and watch all of Extreme Rules and to rate them and to give us a rating. So I'm gonna go through the matches without saying anything extra. You just give me your rating for that match, okay? Do you understand how we're gonna do this? I say a match,
yes,
you give me a rating, exactly, and we move on.
Works,
okay, so here we go. Shinsuke Nakamura, Finn Balor. What was your rating for that match?
First match, 8 out of 10.
8 out of 10. Okay. Drew Gulak versus Uncle Tony.
Okay, well, I know that... okay. Should I actually really give this match a 7? No, you know what? I'm going to give this match a 7.
Okay. So we got 8 out of 10. 7 out of 10.
Yep, for the first match. Yep.
Okay, so... Rain Taker taking on McLias.
This match, to be honest, right? So, okay. So the starting off to the match.
No, you're not supposed to talk about it. Rating, rating only.
Okay.
What's your rating?
This match, it's gonna get 8.5. 8.5 out of 10.
Okay. So Revival and the Usos.
Bruh. This match is gonna get a fucking 9. I'm sorry. These two men, these two tag.
Okay, no, don't talk about it. Okay, let's move on. 9 out of 10. Aleister Black and Cesaro.
Aleister Black and Cesaro?
Mm-hmm.
Ooh, okay, this one.
Nope, rating.
8.5. I'm gonna give this an 8.5.
Okay. Braun Strowman and Bobby Lashley. Last man standing.
Oh. This match.
Rating.
So just because of...
Rating.
So how funny
just
it
rating.
was?
Shh,
9.
Rating.
9
okay.
Because
okay.
Of the
okay. I got you. New Day, Heavy Machinery, Rowan and Bryan.
This match. Oh... What do I give this fucking match?
Don't talk about it. Just give me a number.
It's between 7 and 8.
So 7.5.
Yeah, 7.5.
All right.
It's just between
Styles and Ricochet.
Styles and Ricochet. Give this an 8.5.
Okay. Kevin Owens and Dolph Ziggler.
A 5. Straight 5.
Okay.
I'm sorry.
Kofi and Joe.
Kofi and Joe. 8.
All right. Seth and Becky. Not counting Brock.
Okay.
The match.
So, that match, perfect 9.
That's not perfect. Perfect is 10.
9. It's a fucking 9, alright?
Okay. You can't even include, because the Brock Lesnar thing was not something that you would grade based on these scales.
Actually,
so, hold on, wait. What I want to point out to you, Ben, is that the lowest grade you gave anything on the entire thing of Extreme Rules was 7 out of 10.
Excuse me.
That's the worst grade you gave, and you're back.
Whoa. Hang on a damn second. So, throughout the whole matches, So the least rating was Kevin Owens and Dolph Ziggler. So
oh yeah, I'm not even counting that because it was 3 seconds long. It didn't last long enough to matter. It doesn't count.
Bro, that was a fucking good bloody pipe bomb. I'm saying that was a fucking good pipe bomb.
I give that a 9 out of 10. Even though I really like Dolph Ziggler, it was the perfect way, in my opinion, to put Kevin Owens over. Kevin Owens needs to get over right now, and who's better at putting people over than Dolph Ziggler? It should have been me. I mean, it makes perfect fucking sense. I don't see why anybody was pissed off about that. You weren't the only person, Ben. I mean, out of the few things that I can say is that you kind of got the pulse of the whole situation there. But
wait, do we cover the?
We're gonna cover.
match?
We're gonna cover. Oh, I didn't even write that down. I'm sorry, I forgot because that wasn't even gonna be.
Match. Okay. Yep, don't worry about that one. Yeah, instantly just disrespects like all the women out there. Don't worry. Sorry.
Wow.
I'm just gonna.
Yeah, Sheep. So, well, the handicap match, it kind of felt like predictable.
Okay, let's not get out of whack here.
Well,
all I wanted to point out is that last week you said that the AEW pay-per-view was going to be so much better. You still agree with that assessment? Bullshit.
Well, they were both fucking
It was
good.
not
I'm
better.
sorry, they were both good.
But it was not better. And that's just what we want to break you of, Ben, is this habit of just
ending
calling it better because you want it to be better or because everyone
ruined
else thinks that it's better, the people that you watch.
Right.
Now, moving on.
Just...
Now we're going to cover these matches a little bit, and we'll talk about them and, go through them.
Yes.
So, Shinsuke Nakamura did defeat Finn Balor for the Intercontinental Championship. And I'm okay with it, but I would have rather Finn Balor had a little bit more lengthy of a title run. It feels like kind of another one of those, here you go, here's you a title, sorry we didn't give you the Universal title ever.
Wait, he's only held by the Intercontinental title for about 3 months now, hasn't he? Or longer than that. I mean, for Finn Balor.
But I don't remember a single thing that happened during those 3 months. He wasn't really heavily featured. He had no real storylines. He had nothing really going on. He'd just have a championship match when a paper. Well, I'm not counting him because this was his first time getting it back. But I mean, for me, there wasn't much there. I would have actually rated this lower than 8 out of 10. I would have gave it like a 7. But what do you think, Soul?
You talking about Shin
Finn.
Yeah.
I agree with a 7. I pretty much agree with your statement on it. There was no real emotion build up behind the match. It was a pretty average match, I think. Obviously these two could have put on much better of a match, but it is what it is.
Yeah, true.
For sure. So, Drew Gulak defeating Uncle Tony. Do you guys have any thoughts or opinions on this here? I'm sure Ben does.
Well, it was a good match. It was a good match, but I would have loved to see Uncle Tony win back the title, to be honest. But well, it was just Drew Gulak's night, just to keep retaining his belt. Maybe I think that this might build up to potential feud with Akira Tozawa. I don't know. I don't know. What would Akira Tozawa even feature with this? To be honest.
Welcome, Streetkilln.
Hey, Street.
Yo, what's going on, guys?
How's
going
that
on with you, buddy?
Did the shot go over well? I mean, is it I heard it's like peanut butter in your butt cheeks.
What? Say that again? What were you saying?
Huh?
What are you talking about?
Did the shot go well?
The shot?
Yeah. For the chlamydia?
Oh.
chlamydia.
Yeah, that's why you weren't here. We talked about it at the beginning of the podcast. You were not here because you got chlamydia and you had to get a penicillin shot real quick.
Penicillin shot.
Yeah, I heard it was like peanut butter. Is that true?
Oh yeah, definitely like peanut butter.
Yeah, okay. Don't worry, you know, we're supportive of, you know, everybody here at Dat Wrasslin Podcast. We still love you, Streetkilln, no matter what your proclivities towards street hookers
We're praying
are.
for you, buddy.
Alright, so moving on. Rain Taker defeated Mechliath. And I was surprised at how good this was, because I went into it maybe it's because I went into it with such low
where
expectations.
are we talking about, by the way?
We're talking about Extreme Rules right
we're
now.
talking about Extreme.
Oh, I forgot that.
Extreme Rules.
Yeah. And I think that Rain Taker should definitely be a thing.
Oh god.
It's like Rainmaker.
Rain Taker.
Guess so.
But yeah,
Okay.
Reigns, Undertaker, Rain Taker. Come on.
No, they're the, what are they? The,
Get that
something
shit out of
dogs.
here. Get that shit out of here. It's stupid. They should have went with
the
Rain
undead
Taker.
Dogs. Yeah, the undead dogs. Apparently, don't know what that's called, but yeah. So
The Undead
also-
Dogs.
No, that's not
I
it.
don't know what was that.
Garbage.
I don't
Anything they
know.
thought of was garbage. They should have called it Rain Taker, and they know it. Alright. But I was really, really surprised at how good this match was. And, I mean, I didn't see it being that entertaining. Especially anything that Shane McMahon is
there
involved
was
in
kinda
lately.
like
I'm
some
automatically like, no. And then you add Undertaker
Oh.
and his recent performance to it, and I'm like, no. But then I was like, eh.
Oh,
It's the
also,
Graveyard
like,
Dogs, by the way.
like one.
The Graveyard
Who's
Dogs.
talking? Wait,
Oh,
Dove here?
Yeah, that's Soul with his headset.
Yeah. So
And he's a little stuffed up.
well, the real soul,
Wait,
not the
what do
other
you mean?
fake soul.
Soul, talk.
Soul.
Say something.
What?
Yes, oh.
It's me, buddy.
Oh god.
Oh,
Yeah.
what? I'm so
It's-
confused.
Well, see, that
Well,
it's louder, but it's better. He sounds a
we
little
actually
muffled,
play-
but it's louder and clearer. It's like he's
sounds
sacrificing
way
quality
different
for
right now.
volume.
Yeah.
That's how I'd say.
So-
I'd say he's sacrificing
Why are
quality
you
for
saying
volume. I'd
I'm
say it
low
sounds better.
quality?
Lower. I'm not saying you're low
It does
quality. I'm saying
sound like-
lower.
No, yeah.
No,
No, you said what you said.
So,
No,
um,
here's what this is. Now, right now, you're soul heel soul.
Yeah.
That's true.
Yeah, that's the difference. When you put the headset on, you go heel soul. Soul heel soul. Which one was it?
Okay, buddy. Soul Hill.
Yeah.
Okay. Do you not get that that's like a double entendre?
Yeah.
Soul heel,
Oh, okay.
like soul and the heel, they're both foot parts.
Yeah, let's
Yeah,
let's
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 move
move
on.
on.
All right, we got the
All right.
Revival defeating the Usos, and I have a love-hate relationship with the Revival, but I honestly think this was a good decision in the Revival winning, and it was not the best match. I don't think that they have very good chemistry together, like in ring, and that's hard to say
Never
from
good chemistry.
yeah. There
Come
was
on,
like
man, they have to have chemistry.
Yeah, they always have to have the day one-ish chemistry. Oh, wait,
What kind of chemistry are they
another
working
good
on?
joke.
Hmm?
I'm just saying
they,
that it was
they
lacking
cooking up some meth?
something. Yeah, maybe.
Breaking Bad?
They're Breaking Bad, bro.
Breaking Bad?
Yeah, they go
The Breaking
hard
Bad
all
again?
day, all night. How do you think they do that?
Yeah.
How the fuck do you think they do that? How do you go hard all day, all night without some fucking
I know how they
Breaking
do it.
Bad shit?
Uh-huh. Oh, yeah.
They got that blue stuff.
They got that. They got that boost. They got that black tar heroin.
They got that fentanyl, bro. All right, so
Oh,
moving
shit.
on.
Oh,
I guess,
we get off
or does
track.
anybody have any opinions on Revival and Usos before we just move on?
Oh,
yeah,
not really.
I got an opinion. I got a
Okay.
fucking opinion. Why they do my boys Uso like that? Come on now.
What do you mean?
Why they do my boys Uso? They
know why.
they deserve a win. They deserve those
Do you really
titles.
want them to like just?
Come on, have you
to
seen
win,
their
like, their
promos
7th championship?
lately? They've been hilarious.
Yo, they're not like the fucking New Day here. They're not the New Day.
They've been hilarious. Come on now. Alright,
Really?
yeah, move on now.
Okay.
Yeah.
So we
I agree
had.
with Street.
Oh.
Yeah,
And I'm
see?
also
Elaborate.
just tired of
Someone-
seeing.
At
I'm
least
also
someone
tired of.
agrees.
I'm also just kind of tired of seeing these two compete against each other.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Really? You're tired of seeing the
Yeah.
Revival versus the... Oh, well, yeah, I forgot about all the antics, but this time it was more straight up, and I didn't mind it as much, because it wasn't
I
as
think-
silly. I mean,
listen,
it was an actual
for a sec.
competition,
No,
and
no,
it was,
no.
better. I'm saying they lacked a little
When-
chemistry, but overall, I thought it was a good thing. And I don't
When,
mind the Revival getting over. You need good heels. You have to have good heels. Gotta have good heels. And souls.
Oh,
See what I did
okay.
there? See what I did there?
Gotta have good heels and souls. Okay, I see what you did there,
Hey.
buddy. Wow.
Alright.
Making fun of my name.
No, I was
Yes.
like throwing out a shout out, like subscribe to Heel Soul.
Okay.
All right, so
Oh. Somebody's dog's going insane.
Somebody's got a new dog.
well we got
That's
there's
not me.
probably there's a fair going on, so there's probably people walking. I live close to the fair, so people walking around. My dog's going crazy. Can't help it, man. Production issues, they happen. All right, Aleister Black gets the win over Cesaro.
Versus Cesaro. Oh, this
Good match. This was an excellent match. This is chemistry, yeah, but I think both of these competitors, and you add in the factor that the Black Mass, I think I've said it before, is kind of like the RKO. He can it comes out of nowhere. Like, he can just, they could be doing anything, and then Black Mass. Jumping off the top rope, springboard thing, coming back off the ropes. Any kind of way you could come at Aleister Black, he can hit you with the Black Mass, kind of like the RKO. And I think he could kind of use that to his advantage and definitely push that factor that it could kind of come out of nowhere, like he's the next RKO. Because that's the kind of trend WWE's been jumping on. Like, Kevin Owens is the next Stone Cold. Like, they're pushing everybody to be like their Attitude Era stars, in my opinion. And sometimes it falls flat, sometimes it works really good. And in the places that it's working really good, it's working really, really good. I mean, Kofi Kingston, Kevin Owens, R-Truth, that's straight up Attitude Era shit. So,
yeah.
I mean, it's working, in my opinion, on those levels, but they've still got all these problems with the 2 out of 3 matches and all that kind of stuff, but we'll get into that later. That's getting way past Aleister Black and Cesaro. This was a really good... Well, no, no, don't talk about R-Truth. We're talking about Aleister Black and Cesaro.
Aleister. I
Aleister.
should talk about freaking R-Truth being involved in Attitude Era, like I'm just like so confused if he was.
Sure.
I have no idea.
All right, Aleister Black, Cesaro. Good stuff? Yeah?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
100%.
Does nobody have
Yeah.
anything to say about it? Like, I mean, I thought it was pretty good.
Yeah, it was good. Yeah, I mean, both these guys are very good workers in the ring. It's no surprise that they're able to put on back-to-back matches and still be entertaining. I wouldn't mind seeing them again, but
not
the
like
only
in
downside is that Aleister Black's already gotten 2 victories.
That's one
Over
thing that
Cesaro,
I didn't want to.
so-
I was kind of trying to save that for the second match, but we'll go ahead and get into it now, and we'll just skip it when we come to it.
No.
So
Yeah.
I was the second match, obviously not as good, time constraints and all that stuff, but still a good match. And like I said, I wouldn't mind seeing it again. And if they do it right, story-wise, I don't have a problem with it. But one of the good things is, how many times have we seen rubber matches and then that turn into third match? Every single fucking time.
Yeah.
How many times have we seen two,
Yeah.
people that are really respected, and then one of them loses twice. I mean, it's NXT stuff. It's the stuff that it makes it entertaining because you never know. It switches things up, and it was a perfect call in my opinion. I think there's no better way to have done this right now. Like maybe 6 months from now, I'd be like, oh, they're just doing this again. But right now, this was the perfect time to execute this.
Yeah.
So I would give this match like a 9.5 out of 10, the Extreme Rules one. Like the SmackDown one, SmackDown one, I would probably give like a 7. But that's, nothing against the competitors involved.
Yeah.
True, I agree.
So,
agree.
Another really surprising match, and something that really surprised me was the Braun Strowman and Bobby Lashley Last Man Standing match. It had a lot going against it. It had Bobby Lashley, it had Braun Strowman, and all these goofy things they've been doing, and all this stupid storyline stuff. And then you add into the fact you got a Last Man Standing match, one of the least successful match types, in my opinion, and I guess in everybody else's, because we talked about that last week. I was really, really surprised at the quality of this match. And I can only think that this hopefully is a positive trend for WWE. Like, they're actually trying, and maybe Paul Heyman and Eric Bischoff have some influence now. I don't know. But
maybe.
That was a damn good match.
Yeah. Well, maybe.
I agree. It was a really good match.
Paul Heyman, but like on Eric Bischoff, on the other hand, can't even expect anything out of him yet anymore.
And I'll be honest, I was so tired on Sunday that I fell asleep, like during the Revival and the Usos match. But it was nothing against them. I was just so tired. And then I had to get up the next day and I basically watched the whole thing over because I felt like I was so tired that I wasn't paying attention to any of it to begin with. So when I went back and actually watched it, I was really, really impressed with this pay-per-view, almost as a whole, with the one match that we'll talk about, even though I decided to skip it, and we'll talk about it. The handicap match with Bayley and Nikki Cross and Alexa Bliss. I mean,
it should have been Nikki Cross.
Look, it doesn't matter. The win or the loss didn't matter to me. It's that they didn't add anything to the story.
They didn't add absolutely nothing. It was just like a loss, and that's it.
I could have dealt with Bayley winning with there being some storyline, like Nikki Cross fucks it up. Nikki Cross turns on Alexa. Do something fucking nuts. Like, Nikki Cross turns on them both. Right there. I would have been like, what? Yes, thank you. But no, there was nothing. It was just like, here we go. Here's your stupid match, and here's your regular payoff. You want to see the Bayley overcome all the odds. We want to see actual fucking drama, and I hate to say the word drama when I'm talking about WWE, but we want to see actual drama and actual impact and things that actually matter, things that continue on. And aren't the best superhero stories the ones where, or like you want Bayley to be like this superhero for little girls? Aren't the best ones where they get beaten and beaten and beaten and beaten, and they get beat by two people, and it just keeps going, and then they overcome the odds? That's how you should do it, not whatever this fucking was. It was horrible. I give this like
pathetic.
I give it an F. I give it a 1 out of 10. And I know how much that brings like the average of the whole pay-per-view down, but sorry. Sorry, not sorry.
What's that?
All I had to add to this is it's very simple for me. This is exactly why Evolution was canceled. That's all I got to say about it.
Wait, was it only just because of like this one? So this one thing that actually canceled Evolution? So
No,
all
I'm
I'm
saying
actually just saying
this is
why
a
the fuck
prime
did you not give me
example.
across that that moment? Why?
Exactly. I'm just saying this is a prime example of why Evolution was canceled. Because we don't want to see like 4 hours of this.
Yep.
Sorry.
You don't want to see 4 hours of bullshit.
Like we did at the first one. Don't
Oh,
at me.
God.
Don't at me, bro. Don't at me, bro.
Don't at him.
Yep.
Okay, can we
Just saying.
Okay, I want to say something. Out of all the pay-per-views, basically, kind of like this year and last year together, which one was the worst pay-per-view? Do you think?
That's for a whole nother show, buddy.
Um,
We don't have time for that.
Well, we got a substitute show for that
That's too much.
specific
That's too
category.
much.
Well, yeah.
Okay.
Well, what was like?
And I really,
well,
I don't have, I
I
guess I'm at the age now or something, I don't know, but I don't remember what happened at the last pay-per-view.
Me too, dude.
Like,
I
besides
can't
Extreme
remember.
Rules, like,
Me too.
I'm not the kind of person that can
I
go,
can't remember a
I can't
pay-per-view
go,
unless I
oh, you know, I can't even remember the names of the last 5 pay-per-views.
Like once SummerSlam is
I don't
over,
remember.
I
What was
won't
it?
remember Extreme Rules. I might remember like
What
one or
was
two
the last
things.
pay-per-view? What was
But
it?
Was
I
it
can't
TLC?
remember stuff off the top of my head.
It wasn't TLC.
Was it TLC?
Stomping
Was it?
Yard? Wasn't it Stomping Yard?
Stomping
Oh,
Grounds.
it's stomping. Oh
Stomping.
yeah, that.
Nah,
That
it was
makes it a lot
rematch
worse.
grounds. Well, no, it was rematch grounds. Well, because like the whole fucking pay-per-view was bloody rematches that no one really gave a fucking shit about. And yes, I actually am talking about bloody Baron Corbin here. Yes, I know. Don't at me for that. Thank you.
What, you just straight up steal like the thing Soul said just a few seconds ago? Because, now it's trendy because Soul said it.
I wasn't even gonna mention it. I was like,
yeah, I
just
did
let
not
it
even
go.
actually fucking say any single thing
Just let him
about
have
it,
it.
alright? I didn't say nothing. Let's just move on.
We will.
Move
We
on.
will.
Yeah,
So we
Now
had
he's
Braun.
now he's still like, let's just move on from me because I just said that too now.
Okay.
So the New Day
Braun.
wins gold. Finally, we've got the whole New Day. I've been yelling that you need to have the New Day have all the titles. You got to. On that reason
I already said it's
alone,
gonna happen. Didn't I say last week it's gonna happen?
I have a conflict with this because I really like Heavy Machinery, as should everyone on this fucking planet. Well, Otis. I like Otis.
I don't know. Tucker's been stepping up his game a little bit.
Yeah, you're absolutely correct. I'm starting to.
That move he did off the top rope to the outside, I was like, whoa.
Look, I just need him.
He's got to do stuff like that to set himself to get attention on himself. Like,
He's just got to watch a lot of Jim Carrey movies and just start acting crazy. Just like draw some inspiration from somebody who's just like, just go for it. Just don't be afraid to look like an idiot. You know, that's when you can really shine. I would rather see him like try to match Otis's intensity. Maybe not try to do the exact same thing. You know, they're not the Bushwhackers. I get it, but you know, just try to dig a little deeper, to be a little edgier as far as his character. In ring, he has definitely stepped it up, and I do enjoy that. And if he continually gets better to where he's like, he's the skilled one and Otis is the entertaining one, that's a dynamic I can get behind. I see him getting there. But I think this was perfect decision. New Day winning, Rowan and Bryan definitely not winning, and it just leads for something that was dumb later on, but we'll get to that.
Yeah.
But overall, good shit for me. I'm happy with this. Do you guys agree, disagree?
100% agree with you.
Good
buddy.
shit, man. It's good shit.
Very true. It's actually really freaking good.
All right. So we had AJ Styles taking on Ricochet, and AJ Styles got the win here with the help of the club.
Yeah, this was kind of bullshit, but you know it was gonna happen. But here's the thing.
I mean, this.
When wait. When we were talking about it last week, I totally forgot it was no disqualification. But I did say that, you know, he was gonna get the win because of, you know, the club.
Wait,
He's gonna be no DQ.
Wait, wasn't it disqualification?
But yeah, Extreme Rules every match was no disqualification.
Yeah, true.
You can't.
Oh
you
my
can't,
god. Okay.
Can't get disqualified. They said it like before every match. All right, we're not listening. Oh yeah, that's right. Ben doesn't watch the pay-per-views. He just watches replays. But yeah,
bro,
you missed the beginning. He watched Extreme Rules.
He did his homework.
I actually did watch this dumb pay-per-view, right? I actually watched it. Like
You're calling it dumb, but you gave almost every match an average of at least like 8.5. And you're calling it dumb. Do you see the contradiction here?
So some of the matches...
Two matches you gave a bad grade, but everything else was 7, 8, 8, 9, 8, 9, 8,
maybe
8, 9.
Of like, you know, like the expectations.
So you can't base everything off of two matches. If you based everything off of two matches, then AEW fucking sucked too.
Hang on, I need to check. This was no disqualification. I need to check this.
Extreme Rules, they're all no disqualification. It's the show. That's how that works.
Wait. Actually, this match wasn't no disqualification.
Just because it doesn't say it on Bleacher Report, it's Extreme Rules. Anything goes. That's how the pay-per-view goes. Does it say it wasn't no disqualification?
I just looked it up.
Looked it up. Never mind. We're moving on.
On fucking Wikipedia, bro. I looked it up on Wikipedia.
Because that tells the truth all the time. 95% of the time, it works all the time.
It sometimes.
That's good enough for Ben. All right, so we had Kevin Owens defeating Dolph Ziggler in mere seconds.
Well, 17
seconds. I said mere seconds. That encompasses all seconds.
Yep.
Jesus, Ben. I was happy with this. I was happy with this.
Take a breather, buddy. Take a breather.
Dolph Ziggler put him over. And who better to put somebody over than Dolph Ziggler? I'm happy. Nobody was mad when Goldberg beat Brock Lesnar in 3 seconds. You know, everybody was happy about that. I'm happy about this. I like Dolph Ziggler too, but that's kind of like his thing, putting people over.
This man just said 3 seconds. That was a minute and... Oh, yeah, 20. Oh, what the fuck was it, by the way?
Ben, it was a metaphor or whatever those things are. It wasn't. I wasn't being like literal.
It was an exaggeration.
Yes. Calm down.
Okay.
Does anybody have any opinions on the KO Dolph thing? I'm sure you do, Soul. I mean,
for the way that you explained it in the beginning of the podcast, I agree.
Actually, I think that was off podcast. I think that's before we started.
Oh. Well, the pre-podcast.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying.
So, basically,
you guys didn't know, we host
I said the same thing.
Podcast.
Yeah, but it's only for our Patreons.
Yeah, you gotta
subscribe. You gotta subscribe and donate for it.
Patreons get exclusive access to the free show.
We're the opposite of these wrestling promotions. You have to pay for the pre-show, and the actual show is free.
Yeah. If you want, that's the way they should be. I think, you know, if you want to get all the extras, you know, pay a little extra, support, you know, blah. Good stuff. So Patreons, you guys go check us out. It's not really a thing, but it will be if people show up.
Maybe.
True.
Anyways, with that being said, the overall booking of Dolph Ziggler this year, although it should have been me stuff is entertaining, and you know, Dolph Ziggler's doing his comedy thing outside of wrestling, but
I think he's cool with it. Yeah, I think it allows him to do what he wants to do.
Yeah, I think it's a great. I think it's actually, at the end of the day, to me, it seems like it's a sign of respect to Dolph Ziggler to allow him to go do what he wants and still stay relevant enough in the WWE to be on live television. I think it's
the exaggeration of the word relevant because he was using it properly.
Just like Brock Lesnar's title reign? Yeah, there you go.
Yeah, it's very relevant, right? But anyways,
no, that was irrelevant.
No,
irrelevant.
I'm talking. No,
you know exactly the
not
word
doing
I
it.
was
We're
talking
not doing it.
That was
We're not doing
irrelevant.
this. Bye.
Right.
Anyways, with that being said, I feel like I don't remember where I said this. I think it was in my Discord a few days ago.
I bet it was in Florida.
Yes, it was definitely in Florida. But I feel like if you look at the entire WWE, the current WWE roster right now, I honestly would say that Dolph Ziggler is the most undervalued, underappreciated, and worst booked superstar in the company today. And
I wouldn't say worst booked, but I might say undervalued.
Aside from what I had just said about the booking, I feel that way. I'm talking about like career-wise, because I honestly feel like Dolph Ziggler is a superstar who is on the level of someone like HBK. I think if you take Dolph Ziggler back to HBK's prime days and put him in that role, he would dominate it just like HBK did.
I believe you.
I think he's that good. I think he's the HBK of this generation, but he's not treated so.
I think he could be, absolutely. I get what you're saying. I see what you're putting down.
He's a phenomenal wrestler. He's great on the mic. He has charisma for days. I think he could be a top guy if booked that way, easily.
Yeah.
But he's so often booked this way. It's not just this year. He's been booked poorly before this.
What do you mean? He's a two-time heavyweight champion, two-time United States champion, and like what, 7, 8 times Intercontinental champion?
But not recently. Yeah, I think it was.
But how long ago?
Champion.
I get what you're saying.
I mean,
like my only thing, to say is something I already said. I think he's happy with what he's doing right now. I don't think he's like arguing for like you guys aren't giving me any shots. I think he's like doing what he wants.
Yeah, I agree with that too.
I think he's like, I'm making enough money right now that I don't really have to worry, and I can kind of part time. I can kind of Brock Lesnar this shit. And just show up, put somebody over, be part of an angle, and do some, cool shit. And then if I win a title, hey, cool. But, I'm working on these other things. I'm doing this other shit. So I'd say he's doing. I think he's happy with everything right now. I think he's happy to be doing what he's doing. I agree that he could definitely be pushed harder and more, but maybe he doesn't want to. Maybe he's like. But that's just speculation. Nobody can say what anybody's saying behind stage until, somebody tells us about it.
I feel like Dolph Ziggler should be in a position where Seth Rollins currently is. I feel like it should have been me is legit. I think that shine should be given to Dolph Ziggler.
I agree.
He should be in that position.
I agree.
And it's I'm not even taking shots at Seth Rollins. I love Seth Rollins. I don't like what he's been doing for like the majority of this year.
I think Dolph Ziggler could be a better superstar than Seth Rollins.
What Baron Corbin was doing like the whole freaking couple of weeks now?
What does that have to do with anything?
I'm sorry, but I'm just saying.
Well, let's move on. But I agree with almost everything you said, Saul, and I think we kind of know what each other's talking about. So we'll move on to Kofi Kingston and Samoa Joe. Not the best of matches, in my opinion.
No. Yeah, it wasn't really the best of matches.
But, you got to give points for Kofi retaining. I agree with that. A lot of people were mad. They wanted Samoa Joe to win, but I think the longer Kofi Kingston holds that title, the better, because it hasn't stopped being entertaining, and it finally allowed all three of the New Day to hold the titles and kind of be like this dominant thing. And I'm with it. I'm down. I'm happy with it.
I'm down too.
Bad match aside, it's all for the positive. It's a net positive gain.
Wait, what? I'm sorry. What's the positive out of this? What did you say?
That it allows the New Day to have all 3 titles. It keeps the momentum going for Kofi Kingston. I said it wasn't a bad match, and a lot of people wanted Samoa Joe to win here. And I couldn't have been too mad if that would have happened, but the way it went down is the way I would have preferred it to go down as far as the end results, not the match.
Mm-hmm.
So what do you got to say to that?
I still think that I feel like to this day, Kofi Kingston's performance in what was it, the Elimination Chamber, right, with Daniel Bryan? Yeah. Is that what I'm thinking of?
A lot of people are calling that match of the year.
That was the best I've seen Kofi Kingston this year. To this day, he hasn't outshined that for me in any match. I don't think he's even came close to that. I mean, the Samoa Joe match was very average. I'll give a Streetkilln HD rating to every match he's had since then. Could have been better. I haven't really been blown away by any. What's the last Kofi Kingston match where you were really like on the edge of your seat? I mean,
I was for WrestleMania. That was that was a great match. That was the best. That was probably the best match of WrestleMania. So that's 2 matches out of this year that are probably contenders for match of the year. While I understand that some of the Raw and Smack, usually at pay-per-views he steps up the regular stuff, but he gives impassioned promos. I have no complaints about him not putting on 5-star matches every time, as long as the stories are good. Like, I'm still behind him. I still want Kofi Kingston to win. I still root for him. It doesn't all have to be 5-star matches. I mean, that's the entire Attitude Era. Half of it was garbage, but the storylines kept us in there. And that's part of the thing.
I agree. Well, basically what I'm trying to lead to here is, of course, the match at WrestleMania was amazing, and the moment and the situation and everything involved in that was amazing. But what I'm trying to lead to here is Daniel Bryan is, I think, one of the best workers in the company. I think that his match with Brock Lesnar is the best match Brock Lesnar's had in a long time. I'm really interested in what's going to happen with Daniel Bryan and this announcement he's supposedly going to give.
I would almost say Brock versus Finn Balor was better, with the whole stomach into the thing. Oh yeah.
I don't think that
alright.
Wasn't even close, in my opinion.
Yeah.
It was alright.
That could have been a lot better.
Yeah, it would have been.
That's a could have been better rating all day.
Yep.
All right.
That's a big old cob.
I think that's because a lot of people wanted Finn Balor to win.
No, I'm talking about the match itself. I don't care about the result.
Well, he said he don't care about the result.
Okay.
I wanted to see the Demon versus Brock. I didn't care if the Demon won. I'm a Brock Lesnar mark. Don't you know that? He can.
So it's because he was regular Finn Balor?
He can come out and destroy. He can come out and destroy the entire New Day, and I'll still cheer. I don't give a shit. He's the best in the world. He can destroy everyone.
Do not say best in the world. We already have somebody like that.
Yeah, we already have.
Yeah, Baron Corbin.
Shane McMahon can be best in the world, but
no, it's not Shane McMahon anymore.
It's Baron Corbin.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry. What I meant to say is Shane McMahon is the best in the world. Brock Lesnar is the greatest of all time. My bad.
All right, so let's move on that note. Seth Rollins and Becky Lynch win, and they retain their titles, but Brock Lesnar.
But
hang on.
Brock Lesnar.
Oh.
So I know you love that, Ben. I was prepared for this. Go ahead.
This is the best bit ever.
Well,
you got 1 minute.
Like, so the moment that the world, like getting screwed, should be like very correctly, use. Baron Corbin did not get screwed at Stomping Grounds. Seth Rollins got screwed.
No, Baron Corbin got screwed.
No. Yeah.
This is Ben's minute. This is Ben's minute. Street. This is Ben's minute.
Grounds, any chance of Baron Corbin winning the Universal title was, oh my god, B-fucking-S. Seth Rollins. So here's like the one problem, right? Why is freaking Seth Rollins getting the fucking Roman Reigns treatment?
You got 20 seconds,
right.
Ben.
Okay, no one gives a shit, okay? Shut the fuck up. But, so, this is exactly what I always fucking mean, right? Wasn't the first, so the whole one fucking year...
Time's up, Ben. Your minute's up. So, Seth Rollins and Becky Lynch.
Oh,
the actual match itself.
Can actually get
Let's
like
see,
another freaking rematch.
Ben. You gave... Yes, he will. It doesn't matter.
Yes,
WWE can do whatever the fuck they want to. No.
Hold on. Ben still doesn't understand that the stipulation was that if Seth and Becky won, that Baron and Lacey could not have a shot at Seth and Becky, not at the title itself.
Excuse me.
Brock Lesnar's the champion, meaning Baron Corbin can't get a title against Brock Lesnar.
At the titles, not against Becky and Seth.
At their titles. Meaning at them, while they hold them.
Seth's not gonna win at SummerSlam because of Baron Corbin. I promise you. Baron Corbin's gonna interfere, and then Baron Corbin's gonna try to weasel his way into a match against Brock Lesnar.
The Baron Corbin, of course, will get
Baron Corbin's gonna be the next Paul Heyman guy.
Yeah.
Baron Corbin's gonna hit Brock Lesnar with the end of days, and it's over.
No.
Coming.
Yes, it's gonna happen.
Because you wanna know why? Because this is Seth fucking Rollins' fucking opportunity. And also, by the way,
he lost his opportunity.
So, what did Baron Corbin ever do to ever get like stoked?
A lot.
Well, I know you know.
Have you seen his accolades?
Okay.
Yeah, do you need to be reminded?
He retired.
Be reminded?
Kurt Angle.
Well, what has he
He was the Money in the Bank winner, Golden Glove boxer.
Hang on.
Former Raw general manager. Come on, bro. He's gonna go down in the history books. You can't. Nobody has forgotten any of the SmackDown or Raw general managers or SmackDown. We remember all the general managers that ever were.
Right?
So 100 years from now, you're still gonna be talking about Baron Corbin. Suck it, Ben.
We're not talking about the fucking accolades right now, right? So I know, so all those fucking accolades he has got. But here's the real question. What has he done? Through, from
we just told you, Ben.
From Super Showdown.
Fucking listen, Ben.
Hang on. So from Super Showdown to Stomping Grounds and now to Extreme Rules, what has he done to get those opportunities? All he has done was sucked up to Vince McMahon.
Nope.
To be honest, that is an instant true fact.
Wrong.
And actually,
then I wonder what Seth Rollins is doing right now.
Well, what did Seth Rollins actually do on Monday Night Raw?
Yeah, what did he do? He got cashed in on fair and square and lost his title, and now he just gets a rematch.
Hang on a second, right? Hang on. Did Baron Corbin win a battle royal to get the opportunity? No. Did Brock Lesnar ever do that also? No. What did Seth Rollins do? He eliminated 9 other guys. Baron Corbin was one of them. 9 other guys. Braun Strowman, Roman Reigns, Rey Mysterio, and all these.
He eliminated all 9 of them himself?
Like all freaking good opportunities.
Damn.
And the only problem is because now Seth
God, Ben, are you still talking?
Okay.
I just had time to go take a shit, and you're still talking about Brock Lesnar.
I'm sorry. I am sorry, but
no, he's talking about Seth now.
So it just feels like that this whole shenanigans about
we all know one thing about Seth Rollins, and that's that he likes men.
Why is it becoming like the Roman Reigns?
What he's doing to Vince to get all these title shots.
Right. Although, well, what has Brock done actually fucking recently? Not fucking showed up at.
I guarantee he's not blowing anybody. That's what I promise.
Bro, he's not fucking showing up.
He just showed up 2 nights in a row. What else do you want him to do? You want him to show up on SmackDown and NXT too?
God, why is...
Yeah, I want him to show up on NXT. That would be awesome.
You know what?
Think how great it would be if Brock Lesnar went to NXT and just started F5ing people.
Bro, no. Hold on. All right, Ben, you're done. I'm getting I think I have the highest tolerance level out of everyone here, and when I get frustrated with you, it's over. It's done. Stop.
Listen here right now.
No. Not right now. I ain't going to, boy.
You son of a damn Brock Lesnar.
I have actually something interesting to say.
Shut
what?
The
What you got? Okay, Ben. Let Soul talk. I give a shit. Let Soul talk. What do you got, Soul?
So I've had this.
Shh.
I've had this thing where with all the talk about the possibility of NXT going to Fox Sports 1 to compete directly with AEW's weekly show.
Please don't.
What?
Don't
go to Fox Sports 1. Don't talk. Ben, hush. Let Soul talk. Let us talk. Okay. I just don't want him to go to Fox Sports 1. But go ahead with what you were going to say. I'll talk about that later.
I've been thinking, wouldn't it be a good idea to include NXT at Survivor Series? You have Raw versus SmackDown. Why not throw NXT in there and let them get a couple wins?
They definitely should be a part of Survivor Series.
Now imagine Brock Lesnar versus Matt Riddle.
Randy Orton versus
Randy Orton. Former MMA guys.
I get it. I'm with it.
I think that would be a dope match.
Wait,
just like the match we got on NXT recently with Matt Riddle and Arturo. That's how you say his name, right? Arturo?
Yeah.
What?
Arturo.
I haven't been watching those matches recently.
It would be something like that. They would book it like UFC style. I think that would be interesting.
Yeah, definitely. I'm with it. I think NXT should definitely be a part of Survivor Series.
You want to get NXT all up in the spotlight, especially if you're going to move them to live television.
Financially, I think that's a bad deal. That's a bad deal. Fox has already paid WWE their money. I think they would. I mean, yeah, they might get some, but it's not going to be a $2 billion deal. They're going to be like, they're going to get that shit on the cheap. And I don't think that it's worth the loss in subscribers, because I do genuinely believe a lot of the subscribers to the WWE Network have given up on the pay-per-views, and they watch the NXT stuff. I think that a lot of people are paying for WWE Network just for NXT.
Yep.
And I think it would be a financial loss to WWE to send it to Fox Sports 1. Personally, I'm personally against the decision for the only reason in that I don't have cable, and it means that I would have to bootleg NXT the same way that I do Raw and SmackDown, and I'm less likely to watch it if I can't go watch it later, because I won't have access. I don't have access to Fox Sports 1. I can't get that, and I think it excludes a large demographic of people from being able to enjoy the product. The people that have already been, I guarantee, I would say I would unsubscribe if it weren't for the fucking pay-per-views. But I'm sure that there are people out there.
So you're biased, is what you're saying.
I'm torn. I'm not biased. I am biased to the idea, and I'm torn because, like, I don't think it's a financially sound decision. I don't think it pays off, because I do genuinely believe that there are people that just want to watch NXT. I mean, maybe they're all around Full Sail University, but
I don't think there's nearly as many as want to watch pay-per-views. I highly doubt NXT is the #1 draw for WWE Network subscriptions. Most people that I know that watch wrestling don't even watch NXT.
I know. It's sad.
Just because we are wrestling marks and I
just don't want it on Fox Sports 1. I can't do it.
And
I can't pay for cable.
That it's great. The general audience cares more about the pay-per-views than they do the NXT show.
I'm just not sure that the numbers will be that great.
Plus,
on Fox Sports 1.
Financially, when you're on Fox Sports 1, you're going to get ad revenue. So,
fuck you,
the
Saul.
Financial difference is going to be...
I didn't think about that. Fuck you, Saul.
Oh, God. Yep.
Shit on my dreams. Shit on my dreams.
I actually am almost 100% confident that if NXT went to Fox Sports 1, they would make a shit ton more money.
And then they'll be a bunch of sellouts because they have to cater to advertisers and they have to cater to all this stuff, and then they'll come in and start rewriting scripts, and it's just going to be the same boring bullshit we get on all the other networks, because they'll be like, oh no, you can't do this, there's no way we're going to let you get away with this. That's where NXT has a lot of freedom.
You think that if...
I'll tell you if I'm right or wrong when AEW goes to network TV. If it's a completely different product, I'm going to be like...
all of this, you don't think they're going to take that into consideration? You think
how much do you think WWE takes into consideration?
No, but what I'm saying is the idea of this is to compete directly with AEW. You think they're gonna make it quote unquote just as bad as Raw and SmackDown if they're really trying to go after AEW?
Yes. They're
vain enough to think so.
I don't think so.
I don't think cable is a thing anymore. I don't think many people have cable anymore. I know that there's a lot that do, but I think it's gonna be like CDs and tapes.
People have cable, it's just more advanced now.
Well, how do you know that they won't air NXT live on Fox Sports 1 and still upload it on the WWE Network?
If they do that, I am 100% behind it if they can still stream it on their network. If they can still do it live on their network, even if it's not live, even if they'll do it 24 hours later. But if they do the 30 days later thing like they do with Raw and SmackDown, fuck you.
Look, people still have cable, but what kind of cable are you talking about? Basic
my grandma has cable. That's it. That's the only person I know in my personal life that has cable.
I have
You're
cable.
talking about basic cable. Look, cable these days are more advanced. It's called digital cable now.
I'm talking about the thing that you pay your internet company now for those channels.
Yes.
What I'm talking about is that most people I know have cut the cord, and they don't have that anymore. They don't have that. They don't have satellite.
No, they're pushing the advanced stuff now. They're pushing the advanced stuff where you can access Netflix on demand.
But it's super expensive. It's like $50 a month. It's still like 40, 50 bucks.
They're pushing it. They're pushing it on us. I have basic on-demand cable. I have basic on-demand cable with Xfinity, and they're trying to get us to. They're making our bill higher like every fucking couple of months just to try to get us to switch over to the next one, and we'll eventually because the bill will be as high as the advanced stuff is now, and they're pushing away basic cable. They're all going towards.
I'm just saying that so many people have switched to Netflix, Hulu, Amazon Prime as the way they watch TV. That's $30 a month compared to $60, $70 a month, and all the things that offer your regular cable channels and stuff on digital, like through those smart TVs and stuff like that. They're still like $39.99 a month. They're still like cable prices, and then they're not the full package. You got to pay extra if you want everything. If you want like the Fox Sports 1, you probably got to pay extra. If you want, you'll get ESPN.
You do, because I have it. I have Fox Sports 1.
How much does so you've got like the one of the digital streamers, or do you have actual cable?
I have Xfinity.
Yeah, see, Xfinity is pushing the digital shit. So
I quit. I canceled my cable bill.
The newest shit.
I watch Netflix, Amazon, and Hulu, and that's all I watch. And I mean, I do the WWE Network, but I don't count that as.
Does yours come with Netflix, HBO, and all that shit? Like they have those channels.
Yeah.
See, they're pushing the new shit these days. They don't have the old shit anymore.
Oh, so wait, Netflix is included in the cable?
Yeah, like I can use my Xfinity voice remote and say Netflix, and Netflix comes on.
No, wait. Do you have to still pay? Do you still have to pay for Netflix separately?
Yeah, of course.
Okay, then no. If it included Netflix, I don't care. Okay, it's integrated with Netflix. That's fine, but you still have to pay for Netflix. If it was that price plus Netflix, then yeah, I can get behind it.
What's really interesting about it though is when we use the Netflix on the Xfinity, it works even if my Wi-Fi is out. The Netflix still runs.
Because it runs off the cable shit.
That is one plus. If my Wi-Fi's out, I'm fucked. I do understand that process of it, but my cable provider is my internet provider. So if my internet goes out,
that's what it's called.
Who's to say my cable's not gonna go out? Oh, I guess it would, and I guess those are two different things. But it's yeah.
It's very easy to get with the times, Sheep. You're living in the vast, buddy.
I just
watch NXT on Fox Sports 1.
I can't afford another $30. I can't afford another $40 tacked on to Netflix, Amazon, Hulu, and those things.
What cable provider do you have?
Yeah,
cable links. Provider? You only get one, and I got one of the worst. Like my internet bill is $90 a month.
And call them in the morning. Look, you know how we give each other little challenges. I want you to call your cable provider in the morning and ask them how much they would charge you to add Fox Sports 1 to your. Let's say that's the only channel I'm interested in. How much will it cost me?
And they'll tell me we can't just sell you one channel. We have to sell you a package, and the lowest package. I'll call them. I can't call them tomorrow because tomorrow's Sunday and they're not open. But I'll call them Monday and I'll ask, can I just get one channel? Shut up. It's Saturday to me because I just got off work. Sunday's when I go to sleep and wake up, then it's Sunday.
I just had to be right.
Asshole. You are right. Fuck you, Saul. Alright, so let's go into Raw real quick before we run out of time here and Soul decides to dip out on us because he's got to work tomorrow. Alright, so the Raw, I didn't really... We're only going to cover like 2 things on Raw and 2 things on SmackDown. 3 things on Raw. So on Raw, we had Samoa Joe defeating Finn Balor, but Bray Wyatt. So while I was kind of disappointed that Finn just lost his title and Joe just lost in a title opportunity that I don't believe he should have had in the first place because he had just lost the title that he was fighting for? No. Yeah.
Yeah, I think. Yeah.
Wasn't it the title that he just held, the one that Finn Balor just lost?
I have a better question.
He had
the
United States Championship. He had the United States.
Oh, okay. So that Rey Mysterio, different title, but now he's just going after the. I don't get this. But Bray Wyatt, and that was awesome.
Yeah.
I thought that was fucking cool as hell.
I mean, Bray Wyatt's okay and everything, but you just get the 6-man tag match.
Yeah, for a reason.
Robert Roode teamed up with a Revival, and you're over here talking about Bray Wyatt.
Okay, that is.
Yeah, I'm just playing.
I didn't even think about that. Holy shit! I didn't think about it in those terms. You know, that's amazing. Really, that's like too many mustaches. It's just too much. It's too much. Too many racist facial hairs.
But all in all, I think Robert Roode does kind of fit in with the Revival.
I think he should join the Revival. They go hard. They go gloriously hard.
Tonight will be a Revival, and it will be glorious. I can see it now.
Glorious.
Anyways,
we go gloriously hard.
I feel like with the Bray Wyatt debut, the best part about his debut was the lighting, the sound effects, the close up on his face. It was awesome. He looked amazing. The character looks amazing. He's in great shape.
What if they change it to We Go Glorious? We Go Glorious!
Oh my god.
Alright.
But as I was saying, I feel like it was one of those situations where I've been waiting for so long for Bray Wyatt to debut that I've not only in the podcast but just every week, Sunday night, Monday night, I'm like, you know, Saturday night before a pay-per-view, I'm making up all these scenarios in my head of looking at match cards and thinking, you know, oh well, this match would be a perfect time for Bray to debut. Oh well, he's gonna come out in this and do this, and no, that's gonna happen now tonight. After so long of doing all that, and it constantly being disappointed. What do we say after every Raw, after every pay-per-view? Well, there's no Bray Wyatt debut. Blah, 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 complaining about it constantly. And then once I finally got to the point where I was like, you know, well, whatever. I'm not even thinking about it anymore. I'm not even anticipating it anymore. Then he just randomly out of nowhere comes out and attacks Finn Balor, of all people. It's just... It's one of those, they dropped the ball for me. Like, I wasn't as excited for it as I could have been. Like, it wasn't even a good unexpectation. It wasn't even like a, whoa, they caught me by surprise, holy shit. Like, it was like kind of like a, oh, okay. Like, no disrespect to Bray Wyatt in any kind of way here. Like I said, everything about him, everything about his debut, the looks, the sounds, all that was pretty great. But the story of it was lame and pushed off for so long and just pointless. Like, why did you just come out?
Let me counter real quick. I get you. I get everything you're saying. I understand and I empathize, but I have hopes. Like, I see this going better, and let me respond to Brokenator. He said the lights go out and on. Where have I seen that before? Been overdone. They did it different here. The lights didn't just go out, and then they come back on, and he's there. They went out
a little at a time.
They went out, and they flickered, and, I mean, it was like... It was more exciting than just going out and coming back on, and then something happens and they come back on and somebody's laying in the ring and then somebody gets the pin. It was you saw the face and it was like almost a little bit scary. Not obviously, I'm an adult, it wouldn't be, but if I were like a kid, I would probably be genuinely frightened. If I were, you know, even like 12 or something like that, I'd be like, this is kind of fucking scary. But as an adult, I'm obviously, like, I get it. But I can see where that could appeal to a large audience. And I see...
That's what they're trying to appeal to.
I understand that. But what I'm hoping for is that Finn Balor isn't even his focus. Like, he's not focused on Finn Balor. He's not just going to go after Finn Balor now. Because Finn Balor just fucking lost twice. Well, no... Yeah, he just lost twice. He lost his title and then he loses to Samoa Joe. And while he's celebrating after beating Samoa Joe, this is what's different. This is what's interesting. It's not the fact that, oh, they built up all... You're looking at it wrong. They're doing things differently. And it's exciting and it's interesting because it's not what anybody would have expected. You said, I wanted this match to be the one. The Bray Wyatt came out. I wanted this match to be the one. It's the one you didn't think was coming. That was where he came out, and it's where it wasn't even the winner of the match. So what my thinking is, and hopefully what they're going to do is that he just keeps going after random people. Maybe even just the losers of matches. What if he just starts taking out the people who lose matches? And I don't know where they go from there. But I mean, there's a lot of possibilities. And you know, what if it didn't even... Finn Balor was just his first victim? What if he's going to go after a whole bunch of other people next? You know, what if that's just the start? Well, that's what I'm hoping for.
That's interesting, but I wasn't saying anything about the future and what may come of it.
I get your gripe about the current, what happened, and how it was disappointing to you, but I think it's because you had built up so much anticipation.
I've moved past this whole quote-unquote, I'm hoping it gets better stage of the WWE. Like, I'm way fucking past that. Like, I'm done with that. I'm done making excuses. I'm done saying, well, they happened because of this, and it's going to be better next week. Like, I'm past that, dude.
I think this has
I've already been there, done that. Like,
I do see better things coming, and we saw it with Extreme Rules. Overall, excluding 2 matches, damn good pay-per-view. So, and we've seen some good Raws and some bad Raws, some good SmackDowns, some bad SmackDowns. They've kind of traded off. But, I mean, yeah, granted, this Raw kind of sucked. This SmackDown kind of sucked. But there were very interesting storyline things that move forward. And while they neglect the parts that we, sometimes want to see, I was happy with the Bray Wyatt part. I mean, yeah, I wasn't disappointed, and I was surprised. It's the last place I would have expected to see it coming, and I realize that it's a bit of a shot to say that they're going to do this the right way, and like that's just like the first victim, and he's going to, do it in some interesting way. If he goes if he goes next week and like he faces Finn Balor and some stupid, boring shit, I'll be done.
Because the way that I see it is all this is just, we already know Finn Balor's requested 2 months off after SummerSlam. It felt to me like this was a rushed, last-minute decision. Have him debut, attack Finn Balor. That way we get The Fiend versus the Demon at SummerSlam. It's a huge draw because our 2 main events aren't fucking draws, so at least we can see The Fiend versus the Demon, since we have to watch Seth versus Brock again, and fucking Natalya against Becky Lynch. Fuck those matches, but at least we get to see The Fiend versus the Demon. It feels like a boring, rushed, last minute political decision.
I hope they don't do that.
That's exactly the way that I felt. As soon as
I didn't even think about The Fiend versus the Demon.
That's what killed it for me. It's SummerSlam political nonsense. That's how I feel.
But we already had the Finn Balor versus Bray Wyatt though.
But
not
the Fiend.
Yeah.
So who gives a shit?
WWE apparently. I hope that's not the way it goes down, and you just ruin my life again. You just shit on everything. You shit all up in my Fruit Loops, bro.
It's gonna.
Nah. People don't like me sometimes because I'm a realist, and that's how it is. Sorry. I'm not gonna give you the. It's gonna get better next week, Sheep. He's gonna. Yeah, that sounds great. We're getting Becky Lynch versus Natalya at SummerSlam. There's no.
Something's gonna happen.
Something here.
They're not gonna do it. Something will happen. Something will happen, and it'll make it all worth it. I'm telling you.
Kiss my ass. That's what's gonna happen.
Natty's gonna
That's what's gonna happen.
Look. Here's what's gonna happen.
Gonna happen. Is something gonna happen in Brock versus Seth too, or are we just gonna see another Brock versus Seth match?
Here's what's gonna happen.
Something gonna happen there too.
I'll tell you what's gonna happen.
Roman gonna come out and save the day.
What's gonna happen? Tell us.
No,
Tell us
I'll
what's
tell
gonna
you.
happen. Tell us. Go ahead.
Out of the 3 matches currently booked, the one that I'm probably most excited for is Bayley versus Ember Moon. Out of these 3 matches.
Shut up. All right,
let's move on. That's better than
on.
Becky and Natalya. That's better than Brock versus Seth again.
Let's move on with Monday Night Raw. We had, in probably the best part of Monday Night Raw, and the goofiest, most Attitude Era part, the R-Truth and Drake Maverick segment was so cringy and at the same time so awesome that I can't help but think that R-Truth is like the shining star of WWE right now, and they just don't know it. I mean,
he's been carrying WWE.
But at this point, I hated Drake Maverick for a long time. I like Drake Maverick now. I think they should almost team up. But no, don't do that.
Dude, by the time this R-Truth segment came on, I was already so fucking irritated with Monday Night Raw that I did not even crack a smile at this promo. I didn't even, not even a hit of a smile. I was just done.
Damn.
I was just done. I didn't even care. Honestly, I was like, I even started like talking out loud to myself, saying, I'm fucking tired of this. Kill the Drake Maverick R-Truth stuff. How many more segments are you gonna do?
The only bad thing about those are his wife. The worst part of those are his wife. She cannot act or do anything, apparently. I guess she's one of those trophy wives. She has literally no presence at all. She is the most annoying woman I've ever seen in my life.
You guess she's a trophy wife?
But if you take her out of the equation and just look at it as Drake Maverick trying to bang a hot chick, which is way out of his league, then it becomes something else. You have to detach a part of yourself to watch WWE. You have to watch it with this sense of like, I'm doing this because I love it, but at the same time, I still hate it, but I'm not going to hate it because I love it so much. It's this weird thing, and she's stupid. I hate that cunt.
Whoa.
She's not even that hot. She's not even that hot.
Whoa.
She's like a fake supermodel. Like, come on, bro.
Why you have to always talk about somebody's wife and shit? You have to like this. They're not even that hot.
She's not.
All she does is complain about the title. That's all she ever says. Drake, did you really bring that to our honeymoon? Drake, did you really bring that title to the arena? Drake, did you really bring that title to the hotel? So she just repeats herself.
But she can't even say those things in a believable way.
She's always talking about somebody's wife.
I don't care. I'll talk about all their wives.
Not even hot.
Oh god.
I'll smash her past all of them. Name them. I'll go through it. Run down the list. No. So the last thing that I'll talk about on Raw, because
I'd rather see
your wife was gonna hear you. The only reason why he's saying it's not even hot because his wife's gonna hear him.
I didn't even say that.
No, that's what I'm saying.
Oh, you said sheep?
Yeah, bro, sheep.
She doesn't listen to this shit. She could care less. She hates wrestling.
I would rather see Drake Maverick versus Becky Lynch than Natalya versus Becky Lynch. I don't want to see Natalya on my television ever again in my life. She's up there. I don't know who's worse between her.
See, you're talking about me. Look at Soul.
I've never liked Natalya. I don't like her. I mean, she's god awful.
I don't like Natalya either.
In all caps.
I ain't gonna. No cap.
I don't know if she's worse than Nia Jax or not. I don't know.
Whatever happened to Nia Jax, by the way?
I don't know. She
happened to her.
She died. They're covering it up.
Well, she had like an ACL. Well, I think both her
ACLs.
Oh,
here comes Ben to save the day when we're just fucking around.
Well, the
okay,
ACL wasn't
yeah,
I'm sorry.
Well,
she's ACL tear?
The fucking ACL. Yeah, ACL tear. That's what it is.
The Comebacks was a great movie. Anybody remember ACL tear? The Comeback?
Yeah.
A little throwback?
No.
Okay.
Good stuff.
Let's move on. Let's go, let's go.
Yeah, the only other thing I have on Raw was you got Seth Rollins winning, but it should have been. You didn't let me. How do you let I do a but, and then you try to think of what I was gonna say? Jesus. So let's start over. Seth Rollins wins, but it should have been RKO.
Should have been. I agree.
Should have been RKO. RKO would get to avenge the stupid fucking bump he took with the splitting his head open. I would love to see RKO either have a really, really, really good match with Brock Lesnar and lose, or have a really, really good match with Brock Lesnar and RKO out of nowhere and win. there are so many fans that can't say that they would love to see Randy Orton hold a title right now.
Sheep, I'm gonna in this moment I'm gonna be a total hypocrite right now.
You're fine. Go ahead.
I'm gonna be you in this situation. Against everything that I just said.
I think WWE is gonna do this and this and that. I got you. Go ahead.
Yeah. Well, the thing is, Randy Orton's gonna face Kofi Kingston for the WWE title, and we'll get Orton versus Lesnar 2 at Survivor Series. That's how they're gonna make up for this. They gotta keep Roman Reigns 2.0 happy, so he'll say nice things on social media about him. So they couldn't give this one to Randy, but they're gonna turn it around.
2.0.
Yes,
Roman
Seth
Reigns
Rollins.
2.0.
He said, "Well,
Yes,
Roman
Mr.
Reigns
freaking, like,
2.0."
Well,
yes, I said it.
Because
said it.
AK, the big part-timer. There you go.
Part-timer. He's a
another
part-timer.
fucking part-timer.
Part-timer.
So,
He
this
smokes
is
pot.
what he should kind of
He's a
do.
part-timer.
Brock
He's a
Lesnar
part-timer.
show up every single fucking week and put that title on the line. That's what he should do. To be honest.
Ben's mad. Ben's just mad.
No, I'm sorry. But although...
Well, no, you're not sorry.
This, thank God Baron Corbin is not the number one contender.
Ben, listen, Ben, I got a serious question. All personal feelings aside, okay? Put all that to the side. Tell me that Seth Rollins is not getting the same push and the same treatment that Roman Reigns was getting not too long ago when he was feuding with Brock Lesnar. Tell me it's not similar.
Oh
no!
no!
He was fucking feuding with
We're all
Sheamus
gonna hate Seth Rollins in 6 months.
That's not what I
Jesus
asked.
Christ!
We all hate Seth Rollins right now. What do you mean?
It's already happened.
Well,
I see it all over the internet.
It's
a lot of people
it's
are frustrated with Seth
Shieldception.
Rollins.
Well, so is freaking Seth Rollins. Well,
Oh, so he's got haters now. I thought like
no.
the pure.
No, I will say this though. By the way, right? Yeah, I actually will say this. Seth Rollins actually.
Yeah, you will.
So he is now criticizing the WWE for this entire whole fucking wild card bullshit.
And you think that that's not kayfabe?
No.
You think he's actually doing that on his Twitter that WWE maintains and pays for and controls?
He's actually doing that.
He's actually not.
He actually said this.
He's actually
on a
not.
fucking radio station, by the way. He actually said it like on a radio station.
Because that means a lot to a lot of people.
I think it may have actually been on a podcast. I don't fucking know what it was, but yeah.
You don't even know your sources. If you don't know your sources, get the fuck out of here, Ben.
Bro,
You read it on the internet?
Listen, this is how I'm going to prove you wrong. Listen, answer this one simple question. Was it on the radio station that you're talking about? Was this said by Seth Rollins or was this said by Colby Lopez? Who said it?
No, it was actually not. This was on a podcast.
Which one?
I don't know which fucking podcast it fucking was.
No,
right?
I'm saying who said
podcast it was.
I'm not asking what podcast it was. I'm asking, was it said by Seth Rollins or was it said by Colby Lopez?
It was said by Seth Rollins.
Okay. Then it's kayfabe. Then it's kayfabe because Colby Lopez is Seth Rollins.
Bro, I will fucking look this up right now.
If he was on a radio station, Colby Lopez is Seth Rollins' real life name, man. If Seth Rollins was on a podcast, Seth Rollins is not a real person. It's a gimmick created by the WWE.
Okay.
Meaning he's limited to what he's allowed to say on a podcast. If it was former WWE superstar Colby Lopez speaks out, then it might be real.
They will not let a top tier, the person who was on the cover of the last year's WWE thing, say some shit like that without serious repercussions.
They will.
No, you're not allowed to. It's fucking against the fucking rules. You'll see Seth Rollins lose his title next week Well, he already lost it, but you'll see him shoved to the bottom of the card, and you won't see him at all ever again if he said some shit like that. It's fucking career suicide. He's gonna go. The only option he has after that is to beg AEW for a job.
Well, what did he say?
We're gonna get the Shield on AEW, guys.
Straight, they're talking about Seth Rollins blasted WWE about the wild card rule, saying negative things about it.
Duh, because that's what Seth Rollins talked shit about the wild card rule, about how it didn't work and all that stuff. That's WWE, and that's what they do.
Seth Rollins always be saying good shit about WWE. Yeah, pro wrestling.
It's kayfabe, Ben. It's kayfabe. It's kayfabe.
I love pro wrestling.
Okay.
I wish YouTube let you upload pictures, because I would upload that picture I have of the definition of a mark. Because that's what you're doing.
Seth just looks. He looks like a Colby, doesn't he? Like that name just.
You can't upload pictures. You can. You have to do it as a slideshow though.
Colby Lopez.
More than one.
That's his name.
I don't see the Lopez part, to be honest.
Who?
Seth Rollins, Colby. I mean, I get the Colby part, kinda.
You didn't know he's Hispanic?
Even if he is, not really.
He is. He's Hispanic.
You did not know? You did not know?
Yeah,
because you can't tell.
I didn't know, honestly.
Obviously.
I knew. I could tell by just looking at him. I knew. I see a bunch of Hispanics in my life. Well, there's a lot of Hispanics over here, so
you know what? You know what, Street? That's racist.
White people area. No,
that's racist. No, you're stereotyping this
guy. Now you're profiling us.
And
you don't
profiling.
No.
You know how close to the Mexican border I live, bro? Closer than you.
Yeah, well, still.
Never mind.
They're restricted.
Yeah, I'm not even.
They ain't going through the Mexican border like that.
Let's move on.
And Seoul is in Florida. That's like the capital of Cuba.
No, it's not.
Yes, it is.
Florida is its own state as well.
They're all their own states, aren't they?
I was waiting for you to say that. I was waiting for you to say that.
Anyways, move on.
So yeah, we're gonna go on into SmackDown. I've only got 2 notes on SmackDown because it fucking sucked. It was horrible. We had and one of the 2 notes is.
What? You don't think that the town hall was good?
That's one of the notes, is how bad that fucking was.
That shit was fucking stupid.
That was the worst acting I've ever seen from a collective group of superstars. They were the worst promos.
Give me a few seconds and I will change your minds.
Change our minds.
Okay?
How?
Blow us away.
This is how, but it includes a challenge.
But you gotta swallow.
A very short one. You have to go back and rewatch the entire thing, but only look at Randy Orton.
Oh God, I can already.
No.
That's it. That's it. That's all you gotta do.
I could already.
And you'll change your mind.
So this is the challenge for this week's podcast. I think this should be a running thing. We issue a challenge of some sort. Somebody come up with a challenge for every podcast, and then we go through and we do that, and then that's the first thing we touch on the next podcast. I think that's brilliant.
Yep.
But okay, I'll do that. I will go back and watch that one segment, and I will just watch Randy Orton, and I guarantee you're gonna change my mind.
Why is always Orton you was mentioned about? But one thing I will say.
Wait. What did you just say under your breath?
Shane McMahon cannot.
No. Not what you're about to say. What did you just say?
Yeah.
No one cares about.
He said something about that you always bring up Randy Orton. What did you say?
Yes, you always fucking bring him up all the fucking time, and every single freaking thing that has to freaking do with freaking shit.
You're again trying to steal Soul's thing about calling me out about the thing I talk about all the time.
No. Right, I actually just thought about that. Yeah, I actually thought about that first, but
of course we always bring up Randy Orton. This is a wrestling podcast.
Yeah,
Why wouldn't we bring up Randy Orton? He's one of the most relevant. Notice the enunciation.
Yeah.
Relevant superstars in WWE. Nobody hates Randy Orton. Even when they hate Randy Orton. Do you hate Randy Orton? Does Randy Orton suck?
No, I do not actually hate Randy.
Do you want to see Randy Orton in a match next week?
I do.
Yes.
I do too.
Well, do I actually... Okay.
So, shut the fuck up, Ben. You're done.
Yo,
You donezo. You donezo.
You donezo, kid.
Yo, all I want to talk
Get
about
out of
is
here.
the fucking stunner that someone decided to botch when Kevin Owens was trying to give
Your big
what?
problem
People
with the
botch all
whole
the
thing
time.
was the botch stunner. Yeah, we got it.
That's
It was
That's the worst out of this to you?
SmackDown sucked, and that's the thing that we had a botched fucking happens. I couldn't do a stunner every day and make it fucking perfect.
Oh my god. Yo,
it wasn't a Ronda Rousey fucking mishap where it looks like it's gonna break a fucking neck.
It wasn't.
It was just like
it wasn't Kevin Owens' botch. It was Shane.
It was 100% Shane McMahon.
Wait.
He was like, "No,
Shane
you're not gonna,"
botched
and he's like, "Yeah, you
Wait,
are."
so you're saying?
I'm saying, shut up.
Wait, Shane McMahon. This man has taken so many stunners from Stone Cold Steve Austin that he cannot, properly freaking just take a stunner.
That's your takeaway from this.
Kevin Owens.
That's your takeaway. That's what you get.
Stupid. Oh my god.
You
McMahon
assume that he's taken so many stunners from Stone Cold that he can't take one from Kevin Owens. This is the greatest thing ever. Continue, Ben. What do you have to add on?
God, never say the words
going,
continue,
Ben.
Ben. What are you doing?
No, this is great.
Move past
Keep
Ben.
going, Ben.
I've only got. I can't
Yeah.
really move fast because I've only got one other thing to talk about, and there's actually something we already
That's
talked about,
fine.
and I said I was
would
going
like
to
to go
skip.
to bed. I would like to go to bed.
Okay? Talk about it.
Let's talk about it.
Okay, so wait, we got some rumors. We got the Raw reunion, so we'll cover that.
Well, you didn't go back.
Didn't go
Didn't
what?
go over your last SmackDown thing.
It was Black versus Cesaro. We already covered that.
Yeah,
That was
very
it.
sort
That's
of.
all I had on SmackDown was
How was that before?
SmackDown Town Hall and Black beat Cesaro again. That's it.
You're gonna skip another 6-man tag match? What is your problem?
Yes! No one really cares about another 6-man tag song.
We need somebody else to. We need somebody else on creative over here. We need somebody else to write the scripts for the podcast.
Because this 6-man tag was so amazing that so amazing that I couldn't not fall asleep during it because I did.
Dude, we seen Samoa Joe, Elias, and Randy Orton on the same team, and you're gonna tell me you're gonna skip over this?
tell me all about the match. What do you have to say about this? Was it an amazing match? Was it awesome? Did it progress storylines in any way? Did it do anything that made you think that this was a good thing to watch?
Yeah, everything. It was. It was one of those.
What's your rating for this match? What would you rate this match?
It was a classic, perfect 9 out of 10 type match. You know.
You can smell the sarcasm coming off your breath.
Yeah. How would you want to smell that?
I'm trying to avoid the shit matches so that we just talk about the positives. I cut out the crap matches for a reason here. I thought that was part of our new streamlined podcast. I cut out the shit.
The silver. Okay.
Yeah.
You're just pointing out all the shit that I'm trying to avoid, which is actually a good point. It's kind of adds to the dynamic.
As Sheepshifter would say, this is going to be good in the future because it's set up for Randy Orton and Kofi Kingston's rivalry, which will happen their match will finally happen at SummerSlam. So this match was necessary to set that up. So the outcome later will make it worthwhile. And that's why this was such a good match. It was important.
I can kind of get behind that. hopefully it has a payoff. And
we're not going to talk about Andrade versus Apollo Crews for the 7th time?
Apollo Crews actually was.
What are we?
Wait. In this match, did Zelina Vega show butt crack? Because if so, I give it a 9 out of 10.
I don't think it...
If not, 5 out of 10.
No, I didn't. I don't think it did.
Butt crack.
Alright.
Butt crack.
You move on.
I just want to see Apollo Crews finger Sasha Banks some more.
No, it's gonna be Zelina next, and then it's gonna be a feud between him.
Oh, he should like get a you know, you chalk up points like you're in a college dorm and stuff. Like, I got 12 points for fingering her. I got 12 points for fingering her. He's just gonna go through the list. He's just gonna pick up and crotch lift all of them and. Okay, I get behind it. I'm 100% down now. You changed my mind, Saul.
Hey, I got a niche for that.
So,
Wow.
rumors,
Wow.
news. Anybody got anything to? Any news, rumors? Anybody did any research this week?
Nope.
I'm just looking at Bleacher Report.
Everybody like on the podcast is typing WWE news right now.
Where everybody's just bringing up Bleacher Report and looking at their shit.
Yeah, I'm just trying to see if there's any.
I'm getting all this stuff on top of my head. I'm just thinking.
Was, like, working on
Did we go over
scripted now?
Wait,
Owens working on
what about...
Hold on, I got one. Paul Heyman is in the process of making 2 huge changes to WWE. Long-term planning and better promos.
Better promo.
Well, no, better promos doesn't matter to me. I mean, it does, but long-term planning is the thing that I'm really behind. My biggest complaint with WWE is there is a complete lack of long-term planning. Everything is a last-minute decision. Everything is here we go. We'll do this here because we have no other choice. Long-term planning makes sense to me, and that's really, really vague too. The things we're going to do are long-term planning and better promos. I get that that's kind of condescending and it's kind of what people want to hear.
Yep.
But coming from Paul Heyman, I can't think that he's just going to sit there and let somebody give a shitty-ass promo and not be like, you got to go back. You got to go... Talk to John Cena for a minute or something. I don't know.
What we do here is go back.
As much as I hate John Cena, he gives the best fucking promos.
Of course.
True.
He's fucking
also
a beast at it.
Smackville. Are we going to talk about Smackville? Or
Oh no, we're not going to talk about that because
that Pacific.
Well, I kind of think we have to talk about Smackville. So.
Why?
Well, before you talk about that, real quick, I'm reading something here. It says, for whatever it's worth, local advertising for Hell in a Cell on October 6th in Sacramento indicates we'll see Kofi Kingston versus Randy Orton and Seth Rollins versus Drew McIntyre.
For what?
Wait, repeat that.
Wait.
For whatever it's worth, local advertising
just the people
for
who
Hell
are fighting. Just the fighting.
Kofi Kingston versus Randy Orton and Seth Rollins versus Drew McIntyre.
Seth versus Drew. Kofi and Seth I can get behind.
It's Kofi and Randy and Seth and Drew.
Kofi's gonna win and Seth's gonna win. It's fucking stupid.
Yep. Good booking.
But that could just be a bunch of bullshit.
I hope it is, just so that it's a different match. I hope they're putting out fake news. That's what you should do. You should keep sending out like fake signals and stuff like that. Like, you know, this person's gonna win this match, and you should.
They do. It works on Ben all the time.
They don't do it enough.
They don't.
I can't. You have to believe this shit to a certain extent to enjoy it. And I really feel like when you're a mark, it takes the enjoyment out of wrestling to a degree.
Just like Soul, because he's a Brock Lesnar mark.
You're the worst mark, Ben. Shut up.
Ben is the worst fucking mark. He's the mark of Marky Mark.
But I think us as
your Marky man.
Yo,
I think
Soul, by the way.
The rest of us, me, Street, and Soul, I think we lose something in the translation here.
Mark. I'm just tired of Ben being a mark all the time. Anybody else is tired of Ben being a mark?
It doesn't matter. You have to have the mark. He's a necessity in the podcast. We've got to have a mark.
But I know we got to have a mark.
Maybe we need a better mark.
I think we need a mark that doesn't just specifically talk about one thing over and over again. Because
look at John Breakdown. What's John Breakdown doing these days?
If we could go back and look at every episode and just speed through it and like key.
What's SLS Gaming doing these days? Are they? They available?
If we could just keyword search on every episode, every time Ben says Brock Lesnar or Seth Rollins, I believe it would have been over 1,000 times, and we could probably make a whole fucking another line of podcasts with it.
No, we do not.
It's Ben Rivers marking out.
I just get so sick and tired of Ben talking about the same shit every weekend. It's the same shit.
What does Ben think about Brock Lesnar this week?
Irrelevant.
Not different from last week.
To be honest, irrelevant again.
Not that different.
God, it's been how long? How long have we been doing this podcast?
Because we always see the fucking same shit.
It's been 70 some episodes, so like a year.
We're on episode 73. 73 weeks
of Ben.
73 weeks that Ben's been talking about the same stuff.
If I go back to the first fucking
wait, that's gotta be like a record, right? He's got a Guinness Book of World Records.
We
already have one challenge, though. Can't do two challenges.
Two challenges, yes.
We can't do two.
Because the first one's only like 10 minutes long.
Also, by the way, so yeah.
All you have to do is watch the opening segment of SmackDown, but only pay attention to Randy Orton's facial expressions. The second one is to go back and listen to the first ever podcast, and just to see what Ben talked about, and we'll discuss it together next week.
No.
Okay? We all have to go back and listen to episode 1.
I guarantee is something about Brock Lesnar is gonna be on it.
I'm trying to. Okay, where the fuck's the bloody match card for fucking Smackville? I'm trying to find that one now.
Nobody cares about Smackville. Like, I googled it, and the first thing that popped up was Smallville. That's not true. I just misspelled it because I was like auto-correcting and shit, but still, it was a funny comment to make.
Oh god, okay. Kofi Kingston issues SummerSlam challenge on SmackDown next week.
Yeah, that's great, Ben. We enjoy that.
I'll probably know who's going to be. Sure, Randy. Randy freaking Orton.
Yeah, great.
Great.
Awesome.
Great.
Deserves it.
Yeah. Amazing. SmackDown.
Just shit out of your mouth, man. Oh, never mind. Wait, that's what you do every time you speak.
That was me, by the way, just making sound effects.
No, he shouldn't have said anything.
Why'd you even say anything?
I had to. I can't just throw this dude under the bus. Like, that was me.
Are you kidding me? We're talking about Ben here.
But all you guys are now. It's always shot. Yeah, it's always
Ben,
shot.
you're an integral part of this podcast. We couldn't exist without you.
Shut the damn hell up,
we would not be. We would all just agree with each other all day.
We would be so lifeless and bored without you, Ben.
We have to have you.
We would all just be sitting here. We would all just be sitting here like, "What'd you think about this? It was a pretty good match. Yeah, I agree. Okay, let's move on." We'd have nothing to talk about without you.
You are Dat Wrasslin podcast.
Exactly.
Ben Rivers is DWP.
We need to get a T-shirt that says Rivers is DWP.
We couldn't exist without you, bro.
Wait a fucking second.
Wait a fucking second.
He can't handle confirmation.
What the hell is this?
He doesn't know what this is. He's like, wait, what? What? I don't know how to process. What?
No. Oh. Can I send you guys like do something like very stupid quickly right now?
Crazy.
This is how fucked up the WWE.com is right now. I just found this. By the way.
What are you finding, guys?
So it has Daniel Bryan
6
and
months
Rowan
old.
enter the Hall of Fame tag team, SmackDown tag team champions, and it shows the fucking New Day.
Okay.
What? It just show. Why does it say Daniel Bryan and Rowan?
You just blew my fucking mind, Ben.
See, this just adds to the point of everything we just said. We need him.
Nah. This is
he
just
finds stuff that we would never discover.
This is stupid bullshit. I'm done with this damn bullshit.
You know what though, Ben? Bullshit makes the flowers grow, and that's beautiful. Think about that. Bullshit makes the flowers grow. I mean, it's fertilizer. That's awesome. Gives life to the whole planet. I'm on my Daniel Bryan kick right now.
Yeah.
Vegan's the way to go. You shouldn't eat meat.
Be a vegan.
Actually, fuck that. You should eat meat because we're carnivores. Fucking primates. They eat all of it.
I'm gonna go now.
No, it's not 4. No, you got 15 minutes.
You still have time.
12 minutes.
Yeah, we're still.
Got to talk to Ben some more. I need you to elaborate.
Yeah, elaborate.
To Ben.
Elaborate what?
To Ben.
Stuff.
What you're trying to say.
Yeah, elaborate. Come on. Let's go.
I'm not trying to say anything.
It's the Soul Show. Right now.
It's the Soul Show.
I don't have anything else.
Guys,
I got nothing else. Everybody. This is probably the end of the podcast. So we got.
All right, everybody. Have a good night, guys. Thanks for tuning in. We'll see you next week.
Look at Soul delivering the outro. Peace.